Hey, word is girl, EIREE, and that's Ari. And I just want to drop this to you guys real fast or whatever. Should the N word be killed off? Should the N word be retired? I'm going to go ahead and say no, and it may be the unpopular opinion. The reason why I say no is because it's a part of the culture, especially the African American culture. Especially we use that when we're with our homies, when we're in the comfort of our homes. We use it in rap music and all that stuff. And even sometimes people will use it with other cultures just to say what's up. So it really depends on the person. The only way I feel that it should be dropped if like the youth is following the youth is using that word in a negative way. If the word is actually being brought up in a racist manner, which it still is to this day, unfortunately. It's two forms of the word. You got the IGGA ending, and you got the GER ending. The IGGA ending is okay to me because it's just something that we use in the community or whatever. And the GER is racist, unfortunately. It's derogatory, it's slanderous, it's looking at somebody as the lowest of the lows. It was used back in the day in the 1800s, going over into the mid 1950 ranges, 1960 ranges during the civil rights movement. And we all know that story, unfortunately, and stuff like that. I'm not gonna go too in depth on it because I'm not a historian or whatever. So if I do go into it detail, it would be very light or whatever. That's the only way, in my opinion, the word should be killed off or whatever. But if you're like a conscious rapper or whatever, you're a religious rapper and you don't use curse words, you don't have to use it. But if you're just trying to relate to the day-to-day regular people, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Long as you're not, calling nobody out their name, belittling a person, it's all right to me. Now, some people have it in their mind set up that you can only be of the African American culture to say it to somebody else from an African American culture. Some people will actually get offended if a person from another ethnicity or another nationality will use the word because they feel like it's not accepting or whatever. To me, it all depends on the person and how it's used, your tone of voice that you use it. But I do not feel that it should be killed off. Just continue to use it to your homeboys and homegirls until a different word is brought up. And some people in my day-to-day passing, even me, I'm in the service and I still hear people say it or whatever when they're just chilling with their homeboys and homegirls, on their own, or I just hear them say it, when they own their own. Of course, it's not in the work environment because that's not okay. That's not allowed. I personally don't try to say the word. I barely say the word myself. There's other words to fill up for it because my vernacular is broad. It's not the biggest. It's not a dictionary vernacular. I can work on that, but it's other words to substitute for it. But it depends on the person. Try not to lay that down to the youth, because if you say that in your home and you have like a young child, a teenager growing up, then they're going to take after you. They're going to look up to you as that influence, look up to you as the role model and use that word. And of course, you got to break it down to them, the history of the IGGA and the GER, like which neither one is positive, but one is just acceptable in the hip hop culture and one is just not okay at all. You're taking a jab at you taking a jab you taking a jab at a phenotype, what a person looks like, their skin complexion and stuff like that. You feel me? So it's a pretty interesting topic. I'm not gonna promote it personally or whatever, but if it's slip and slide, I hear people say it. It's like it's like second nature in a way. Like I'm used to people saying it or whatever. Yo, what's up? That's what people do. You feel me? And it's nothing negative or derogatory unless you put that GER on it, and then that's when we get offended. That's when we have these discussions like, hey, we still have these people that have these 1960 MLK, Malcolm X mentalities, people that still stuck in that, the civil rights movement and beyond, slavery or whatever. Hopefully we come far from that point and we progress from there, because unfortunately you still have people that stuck in that mindset or whatever. And the younger people, not so much. It's like the older people, but the younger folks, not so much. The younger people are more open-minded and more accepting, supposed to like their great grandparents that was alive in that that time frame, you heard the GER all the time. So please know the difference. Please know what is offensive, what is not. Please know what to say around certain people. Please know what to put in your songs or in general. And I just wanted to say that to you guys. All social media is the same. It's EIREEE 17. That is 3 E's in between, you guys. Peace.